Hello, folks. Welcome to the show, Jack Chow on East West with G&E TV. Today, we're focusing once again our cameras on life, onto the needy people. You know, this society, on every single day basis, we have people fighting, devastating, do their fight against disease. Sometimes they are successful, sometimes they are not. But successfully or not, in the process of fighting, they need support. Not only do they need money, they need spiritual support. They need sometimes to listen to a song, to see a piece of a dance, to be comforted, and to hold some hands, something like that kind. You know, thank God and thank to the system, we do have people who are devoted to such. So joining me today are two wonderful individuals. First, I would like to say, not only because lady first, but also relation first. I know her earlier than much earlier. We go back by many years before I knew Ralph, so we'll start with you first. Here is Luann Arredondo. She is a business consultant. She's a business owner, small business owner herself. And also she's the vice president, no, she is the president of the Rotary Club, West Covina Sunshine. And on top of that, she wears lots of other hats. There are so many, I have to cancel the show before I go with the list. So that I won't do. You don't recommend me to do that,
No,
right? So
not at all.
first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jack.
All right, good. Next to her is my new friend, relatively new. I met with him a few years ago at the launch of one of our programs in the City of Industry, right?
Correct.
Yes, it's Palm Spring Resort. No, not Palm Spring. Pacific Palm.
Correct.
Pacific Palm, right? The hotel. And that is Mr. Ralph Dudley. Ralph Dudley. And he is a great man in my eye. He's everything. He writes lyrics. He writes music to the lyrics. He sings himself. He plays the instrument, and he records it. He makes the CD. He produces it. He promotes it. He sends it to the needy hands people. He is all man himself, all one man. So. Wonderful guy. I like this kind of people. All right. So, to you, welcome to the show, too.
Thank you, Jack.
All right, good. The reason I'm bringing these two people here is because, like I said in the very beginning, thanks to the system, we have all kinds of people, all kinds of organizations who are paying attention to our social problems. Meaning that in our society, even though we enjoy the sunshine and freedoms, but there are corners left over. There are a certain group of people left over, including those who are fighting devastatingly against those devastating disease. So that goes the part that the Rotary Club gets in. So why don't you start with your Rotary Club involvement to let people know that you guys people, really think high.
Okay. Well, with Rotary International, we're at 1.2 million members worldwide across 234 nations. And our goal is similar to what we're trying to do here, is bridge continents, but bridge them from the purpose of a humanitarian effort. Make sure all the inequities of the world are resolved so that people who need to eat have food. People that need shelter have shelter. People that are suffering from debilitating and illnesses that are terminal have hope, have an opportunity to have a glimmer of hope
of
or
course.
courage.
At least if they have to die in dignity.
Absolutely. And so when we heard Ralph's performance and his songs and his music, and he's got an incredible voice, an incredible style, his range is phenomenal. It's not to just, a lot of musicians have one style of singing and that's all they know. It's pop, it's country, it's a specific genre. Ralph has a style that provides him a range that can reach all genres of music.
Wow.
And so by taking that and his passion for life, his passion for music, we were able to combine the goals of Rotary, but utilize what he brings to the table, music, sound, that inner peace that can come from just listening to music. And provide hope, provide courage, provide inspiration to fight, to get up the will to go take that next chemo treatment, get up the will to get the next radiation treatment, get up the will to get that next blood transfusion, whatever that need may be. His music gives you that sense, but it also gives you a sense, not just on the inspirational part, but it gives you the sense if you don't have those illnesses, it makes you want to get up and dance. It makes you want to sing out loud.
Exactly.
So it gives you energy.
Exactly. You know what, Lu, too, and also to Ralph, because it is all depends how you understand, how you interpret a life. We only live such long, right? Be it 50 years, be it 100 years, well, it is that much, that's it, right? That's it, no longer than shorter, that's it. And then the all related is prolong. How do you prolong yourself? Right. For example, even if I'm in perfect health right now, I'm each single day prolonging my existence, right? Suppose if we have methods, we have ways to make them comfortably prolong their existence while we're all waiting for something new to happen. So it's fair to everybody, right? It's the same thing. Right. So that's why I rather call you a humanitarian rather than an artist, or combined, if you would, right? So that is the way people understand you, why people salute you. So on your part, how much is your involvement with Rotary altogether so far?
Thanks to Lu, my involvement musically, in my ability with my gifts, in my vision. My father died many years ago. Of course, my song is the inspiration, and my song is the message. I'm the messenger. I'm humbled by it all, and I'm blessed to be a part of something so widespread, and that we can make an impact on people in the lives of goodwill.
And how long has it been since you were involved in the walk, in her term, the run, to send your whatever is needed by the needy people?
Well, years ago, my father died many years ago. So when I was a teenager, it was always on my mind to wipe out cancer in my lifetime. At least he died of pancreatic cancer. So I thought, it'd be great in my lifetime to see it diminish. Of course, it's really no better than it was the pancreatic form of cancer.
Oh, that's one of the worst.
It's one of the worst.
Kind,
It's
suffering a lot. Suffers a lot.
Yes. So, and then all of my aunts and uncles, a lot of them passed from cancers as well. So, and I just vowed to become a voice, verbally, musically, however I could, to make an impact. I believe that making an impact to wipe out cancers, to give people a better life, quality of life, and to give them life and hope.
All right. How did you find the Rotary, and how Rotary find him?
Well,
how did you find
Lu and I,
other?
we've known each other for years. We go back in business, and I've done some musical things for her over the past. So she recognized some of my musical abilities, and then just recently she called me about singing a song for an event for I believe it's the Garvis Peace Conference, and I asked myself, well, what will I sing? And I remembered, I wasn't sure what I was going to sing, but I remember having a song, which is Save a Life, Save a Soul, and I said, Lu, I wrote this song, and maybe this seems like it might fit your organization and your mission.
Specific, right?
Yeah, and of course we had a little meeting at a restaurant, and we played this song, and Lu played it, and she kept playing it, and I says, I'm tired of this song, but she keeps playing this song.
You fell in love with it, right?
She felt something for the song that I didn't know was a partnership or a match for what the mission of the Rotary Club stands for. And that really, I mean, I was totally...
What does the lyric say? Give me some.
Actually, the first lyric, it says, place your hands, cross your heart, feel the rhythm, the beating, just seconds apart. Close your eyes, let go. Think of someone in danger, someone that we know. Remember that someone is depending on you. It'll make you feel better. Do what you can do. Save a life, save a soul.
Wow, I like the rhythm too already.
Yeah.
I'm falling in love already with it. Right? You have one more lovers, right? Sure. So back to my audiences, this life is only something too short to not take it easy. And life is something that you cannot all the time take it too easy. So you live, let it live, and you live like it is, right? So with difficulties, with problems, sometimes when you face with devastating problem, keep this in mind. There is always this kind of people, this group of people whose mind are with yours. So now, not only do they, but us too, everybody, put your hand across your heart, and well, just we'll see what can you do, what you can do to your part. So that is the whole thing. It calls on people, calls on everybody. And I would say that thank you very much, Luann. Not only are you doing your business connections, you're doing your humanitarian connections. Are you?
I'm trying to do my best, but as Ralph said, when I heard the song, I knew instantaneously. It's one of those moments where you have an aha moment in business or an aha moment in humanitarianism.
You feel you're in it.
You just know. You just know. And when I heard the song, I knew it would have the same impact, if not greater impact, that Michael Jackson had with his We Are the World. This song takes that to the very next level.
All right. Save a life, save a
Save
soul.
a soul.
Save a life, save a soul. All right. Very good. Very good. Okay. Let's take a very short moment now. When we come back, we will just continue with Ralph himself, you and I. Talk about your talent, how you started, and everything. Even your goal, your future goals. That even includes your invention part, which later on we're going to touch, right?
Thank you.
But before that, if you want to put your hand across your heart, do something like your part, though, you may visit this website to check about the CD if you can buy your own copy. It is www.savealivesaveasoul.com. So easy. So three W's, and save a life, save a soul, all one word.com. So check about the website, see if you can own a copy of yours, and then next time when we do the show, you'll hold your copy, you'll watch our show, you'll play your music, and see how we match. We become one group helping people. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Hello, my folks, dear folks, welcome back to the show. Jack Chow on East West with G&E TV, talking about life, talking about our part of life, talking about what we can do to make life better. So started with a slogan, call it a bright slogan, so bright to me that I fell in love with it right away. It says, save a life, save a soul. To save a life, save a soul, well, looks like, something, well, that gets you to the very minute when it is said. Okay, now, joining me is a good friend of mine, Mr. Ralph Dudley, and I knew him several years ago with just a high basis, and it wasn't until recently I was introduced to his story by a good friend of mine who was just now here. Her name is Luann Arredondo. She is the president of West Covina Rotary Club, Sunshine. Did I start really talking about what have you been doing? Why did I get onto the details about what his involvement with this great cause called Save a Life, Save a Soul, right? You might want to sit closer to my audiences, to your audiences, so that we can share about your thought right now. I know you were born with lots of talents, and by reading your story, though, I know that there's a lot to talk about. Let's forget those parts for a bit, for a minute, starting with the creation of Save a Life, Save a Soul. How did you come with that?
Jack, I thought about my father. I thought about my family. I thought about friends, relatives. I thought about the world. I thought about war-torn countries. I thought about the battles that people fight, drugs, depression, addictions. And all of those things encompassed my mind when I wrote the song. And as you know, the song doesn't really depict any one thing. And it's all of the different challenges and battles that people are fighting daily that were inspiration, most of all my father, who died when I was a youngster.
Yeah, how old were you when he passed away?
I believe I was around 14.
Oh God,
Yeah.
oh God, that's the exact years when you need a father's guidance.
Oh yeah.
If you were younger than that, probably your mother will do her part instead of, not that much. And when you were older, you were a man already, you do not need that much of a father.
Right.
Between 14 to 18, that exact years that you were left of nowhere, nobody will guide you but the father.
Absolutely.
Right? So that's that I can feel exactly the pain and the where it hurts. But it looks to me that you stretched the pen, stretched the recovery to cover an overall society, right, to all people in the need. So first of all, could you please, if I may, sing the song for us, even without music? Or you can do this.
Okay.
I do that all the time.
Place your hands, cross your heart, feel the rhythm, the beating, seconds apart. Close your eyes and let go. Think of someone in danger, someone that we know. Remember that someone's depending on you. If it make you feel better, then do what to do. Save a life, save a soul. Give a little bit more of yourself to help someone. Do it now. It's not too late. It's now or never.
All right.
It's a little early in the morning, but
good,
that's
right, good. But it is only that you did it in a very whisper way. I would say if you can do it in a performing way, things will sound even better. Like that kind of things will even better. But anyway, we get to the core. We get to the core. So you wrote the music scores yourself?
Yes, sir.
You did?
I wrote the music and.
You went to school for it?
I didn't. School of Hard Knocks. No.
Who taught you the music?
No, I was blessed with the gift of just creation. And ideas always come to me. I'm an idea guy. And whether it's music, business, or otherwise, I'm always thinking of ideas. And somehow I managed to put music and lyrics together and create songs. And now, hopefully songs that impact people around the world. So.
Listening to your CD, though, we see a whole band playing back there. There are lots of music arrangement involved. Who did that part?
It depends on some of the tunes. The majority of the tunes I pretty much arranged, produced, sang, and as you say, delivered. On a few of the Latin tunes that I've done, I had a great friend of mine, Mr. Sandy Stein, who inspired me to do a lot of my Latin.
I see.
Soul Latino, as I call it. He helped produce me and actually inspire me. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be here today.
Wow.
Because he kind of reignited my fire. So, but for the most part, I get the ideas and kind of embellish on it lyrically and musically, and somehow they come at the same time, and the result is kind of where we are now, kind of
exactly,
getting exposure.
Exactly, I'm so convinced, to be honest with you, sometimes when you come across a song, you could either like the lyric better, or you end up like the music better. In some cases, when you come across a real good song, you can't tell which is the part you like better, because they're in one.
Right.
They're in one. They were born together, supposed to be. They were born together. Supposed to be a C here, supposed to be a D there, and then exactly. Otherwise, it wouldn't be the song. You think that way. So, because they are like word in the language or about people who have no music background, I would say they match, or they were born that they were the natural match or whatever thing.
Right.
But I don't see a glitch in any way. So, okay, who helped you produce the CD?
I pretty much did it on my own. Luann had a lot of input as to the song order, the song selection for that matter. And then some of the guys behind the scenes who did some of the mastering. But for the most part, it was just myself and Luann, and I was always open to input. So we basically came up with the format for the Save a Life, Save a Soul project, and I think we're pretty happy with it.
I see. Where does the proceeds go?
The proceeds go to a Rotary Club, the Rotary Clubs nationally, internationally for that matter. So each club will receive back some proceeds from the sale of the CD. So we're able to impact a lot of lives, and I think it's well worth it. I'm humbled to be a part of something so great.
Of course. Can you say the website again in case my audience decide to get a few copies?
I believe it's www.savealifesaveasoul.com.
See, www.savealifesaveasoul.com. All right. So, well, I'm convinced with not only the music, but your spirit behind, the passion behind to push it towards the needy family. We're such a nation that we're strong enough to launch any wars we want. We can attack any nation that we wish. Well, with no worry, no nothing at all. Nobody will fight back. Nobody even dare to fight back. But the question is, how are we taking care of our own people? That is a heavy question. Do you think so?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That is.
I mean, we have obviously tons of problems here at home, and we have to address the homelessness, the addictions, and there's battles and there's challenges on a daily basis that we need to address. And if we can impact them somehow, my method is through my music. My voice is my music, and hopefully, as we say, we want to help people one song at a time.
And my way to express is my words. You have your music. My weapon is my words. All right. So now, in life, in the process of surviving, some guys are confronted with disease, sometimes devastating disease. Sometimes, even though lucky enough not to be hit by disease, they are hit by themselves. They lost confidence about life sometimes, somewhere, somehow in the middle, and pick up an addict, pick up something they were not supposed to pick. But they are people. They're supposed to be helped. So we are the one putting efforts together. Thank you, Lu. Thank you, Lu. Thank you very much. And through you, please express appreciation to Rotary Club. And thank you very much for having created such great songs, such great thought. Because you should have to think this way. Now we have one Ralph doing this. Tomorrow there could be 10. Right? Day after, you're talking probably about hundreds. If everybody thinks the same direction, do the same walk you do. So it's a much better world we're talking about.
Thank you.
You all right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's take a short moment now. We'll be right back. Hello, my dear folks. Welcome back to the show, Jack Chow. on East West with G&E TV. I'm proud about the subject today because it is about two wonderful people of the same city where we are. We're talking about our city as the glory, being a beautiful city in Southern California, which is called the Sunshine State. Are we bringing enough sunshine to people being a sunshine state? I believe at least in West Covina, one group, the Rotary group, West Covina Sunrise, that's the part that does the sunshine job. For that, I give them both thumbs up for as a credit to go to the community as compared to the rest of the folks. So joining me right now, as you can see, is Mr. Ralph Dudley, and he is the writer of songs, and not only lyric but music, but everything, all the way from A to Z. And now he is involved in the heavy movement to send help to the needy people, and it's a campaign called Save a Life, Save a Soul. So applying all his talent, applying all his contacts and resources, putting them together with the help of a Rotary Club. So for you, I turned this whole thing from the very beginning though. How did you start from the very beginning? First, to discover your own talent, okay, from your first microphone? I know, when I started, I begged my mom for a microphone. My mom said, "Who's going to hear you?"
Right.
I said, "You."
Right.
Right. So I know how to start, how hard it is. So
Right.
what's your story from the very starting point?
Jack, it started when I was a kid. I sang in church. You know, a lot of Afro-Americans got their start in church. And my parents always made me go to church. And my mother used to sing in the choir, and my father used to sing in the choir. And when I discovered I could sing some, my parents would make me go up on stage.
Did you like going to church?
You know, I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed
Yeah,
it?
well, it was mandatory.
You're
in
not
those
like
days.
one of those
It was-
people saying that,
No,
I go to my church only with my sunglasses,
Right.
so my parents would not know that I'm sleeping.
No. Actually, it was mandatory.
Oh,
we
yeah?
went to church, but actually, after some of the congregation found out I could sing, they would make me sing. I remember singing "Drummer Boy" because I played drums as well.
I
and
see.
they used to make me sing a cappella, and it was like my first exposure to singing in front of people. But I was probably 10 or 11.
Can you still do it?
I don't know if I could do it these days, but a little practice. Give me a little time.
practice. Well,
But
okay.
yeah, so as a kid, you know, singing in church, and then of course, I had two brothers, Michael and Robert, and we both had a singing group. We were discovered by a late friend of mine, Oscar Rodriguez, and he gave us a start, and we started singing kind of the Motown era. And from then from then we had the audition at Motown Records in Detroit back in the day when the big Motown era.
How old were
started.
you then?
Gosh, I was probably about 11, 12, somewhere around that age.
Oh yeah. So from Los Angeles to?
No, that was in Michigan. We lived in Michigan.
Oh, I see.
So
I
we
see.
were right in it,
So-
right at the heart and the boom of the Motown.
Were you born in Michigan?
No, I was born in North Carolina, but I was raised
North
in Michigan.
Carolina.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I see. So that was when you were in Michigan.
Correct.
And what the Motown say?
They liked us. We were good. We weren't great. One of my brothers didn't hold a tune as well as the other two, so they say you're only as good as your weakest link. So I guess they told us to come back.
Okay. But it's a good try though.
Yes, sir.
This is an icebreaker.
Yeah, they
That's
said
an
we'll call you.
icebreaker, Yeah.
No, yeah.
That's an icebreaker, even though they never called, but it's an icebreaker.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, not everybody made that far.
No.
Right? So I didn't start at that high though. I didn't never reached the Motown group. Yeah. Anyway, so what happens then later?
From then, I grew up and I became more involved in music, played drums, played with various bands, got a chance to to tour around, opening acts for some famous acts. Played drums, went to Japan. Excuse me, went to Japan and toured with the Supremes. Did some stuff with the Temptations, and I got a chance to write a song for not Marvin Gaye, I'm sorry, but for Diana Ross. And then I was really fortunate when I came to California I was asked to play drums.
What year was that?
It was in 78.
Oh,
yes.
I see.
And I was asked to play drums on a session with all the Motown legends, and it was for Stevie Wonder. Right?
Wow!
And it was recommended by Marvin Gaye, who used to come see us play right after our tour in Japan. So it was kind of like I was in heaven.
Yeah, you made your comeback.
Well, I was trying.
You made your comeback, right?
Yes.
Good. So you write a song, you write lyrics, you write song, you write music, and you play music, and you're a drummer.
Yes, sir.
So do you think you play drums, you're better on drums than any of the other instruments?
That's a good question. I love drums.
I
loved drums forever and ever. When I was a kid, when the marching band would play, I would march right along with them. And I'd go to the 5 and 10 cent store and get me a little toy drum, and I would learn the cadence of the high school band. But, Jack, over the years, I picked up guitar, bass. Now I play a little keyboard, but I just gravitated to just anything musical.
Oh, yeah.
So,
do you or do you not, Ralph, realize that the earliest type of music started with the drums?
Absolutely.
You do agree with that?
Yes, I do.
Ah, God, we got to shake hands on that.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because at the old time, ancient time, when there was music, when there was no music,
absolutely, I agree.
Drums and music. And now, well, when you sing, nobody sings without beating the time, right?
Absolutely.
So that's the drums.
Absolutely.
That's the drum of the music.
Right.
Right. Good. Very good. I believe when you were talking about drums, you're talking about the core of music, and especially nowadays, even though I'm not a bangoer, so I still like the drums,
yes.
right? So from there on, what did you do?
I would start writing songs. Songs came to mind. It didn't matter what type it was, what type of song it was. I just would always like to create an idea. And I'd play it for my friends. What do you think? A few years later, in the '80s, here in California, I entered a songwriting contest. I think I won runner-up. I can't remember the guy who won the competition. It was Los Angeles Songwriters Showcase. But I did get a lot of notoriety from Channel 7, I believe it was Channel 7, Channel 4. I got a lot of TV notoriety, and LA Times did an article, and that was back in the 80s. So here we are years later.
Now you're talking about channel 44.9. Yeah, be good. Probably will endorse you. I never know. You never know, right? So 44.9 is the channel you're watching, and probably if you're good enough, you should be on 44.9 instead of 7. Anyway, so now, what part you do not know about him is that he is a creator of all kind. He is the most widest band creator that not only in the music field, but he is a invasion kind of a person. So how about it when we come back, we'll talk about your invasion?
Sure.
Right? Your latest invasion?
Sure.
Which is the hard piece of cake.
Right.
All right. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Hello, dear folks, dear gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Jack Chow. Still in the heat of talking about music, I'm getting excited because once you come across people who does have the same kind of mind with you, you call him like-minded. All right. So I like to talk with like-minded people. Well, I'm not saying that I'm as creative as you are. At least I do not touch the invention part, but you do. Speaking of that part, I have to ask you. So what is of course I know it already, just for the suspension, let my audience guess, right? So you recently made one of the biggest, I call it, invention. What is that?
Actually, it's a development of a new license plate frame. A lot of people don't pay a lot of attention to a license plate frame, kind of take it for granted, but I've been in the industry, worked for a company for many, many years. So for me, I'm always trying to perfect the license plate frame. So, just recently, Jack, I came up with an idea. I figured, I know the state is having problems generating money, and I found out that there was a problem with theft on license plate. And there was, and I also understood, I talked to some police, or state police, some registration, and some court, and car dealerships. And being in the business, the license frame business, I came up with a license plate frame that is now protects that tag from theft. So I guess the unofficial name is a tag protector license plate frame.
All right. Okay, good. And you know, Ralph, this is kind of you cannot believe it is so coincident. It can be ever so coincident, or more coincident than this case. It was exactly last Saturday. I was invited to a friend. We were having dinner together, talking about some paints, some oil paints. And somebody says, mentioned about hey, let me give you a very, very valuable tip. What tip? When you buy your license sticker, the year sticker, well, after you stick it to the bumper, you use a razor, cut them into strips.
Absolutely.
So that if somebody peels off, they cannot peel off whole piece. So they will give up the attempt. Why that? Because lots of people having their license sticker taken off, the year sticker.
Absolutely.
Everybody was giving her a big hand. Oh, we'll do that. It looks that is obsolete.
Yes.
Already.
Yeah.
So what did you do with the frame? Exactly.
Well, basically, I thought about people cutting the license plate, or excuse me, the tag, and I figured if I came up with a way to mold that piece around the tag itself, and the dealer or whoever, DMV, whatever agency, AAA, could supply a frame that it immediately protects that tag, then they're offering security to their client. I
see. There's no way for them to get their fingers or whatever with a tweezer to get into it to peel it off.
Absolutely, because the frame, the tag is now surrounded by the frame, which is molded on. So it's basically an angle. So the rectangular or square tag, whatever it is in that state, it will cover the edges. And it really, what it is, it's a deterrent. And I've walked down aisles and aisles of cars in parking lots and seen every tag exposed. Not a lot of them cut. A lot of people don't have razor blades at the time that they're putting them on anyways. A lot of people forget about them. But because of the registration cost, a lot of people will be tempted to take someone else's sticker.
So because of the frame like this, for example, like this, you can't reach the corner to peel off, right?
Yeah, you will not be able to reach a corner.
Yeah,
because every corner
can they cut it in the middle to make a smaller piece in the center?
No, I mean, I can't say that they won't, but they run the risk of losing the integrity of the number. And
on the very top, there are small numbers.
Exactly, and the way it's designed, you really can't get in there anyways.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So,
all right, my next question is so natural. How would a music guy all of a sudden find himself with an invention like this kind? There kind of looks to me miles away, if not hundreds.
I disagree. I tell my friends, I think my music and my inventions, creativity is all the same. Creativity is creativity. It allows me to think out of the box. It allows me to go places where I don't normally go in normal daily life. So it makes me think of different angles, possibilities, and I think they're endless. I think
It's the mind being so creative.
yes, sir.
So be it whatever area this mind comes across,
Yes,
right? So it is the creativity of the mind of this human being we're talking about.
absolutely.
All right. What a point to sum it up. What a point to sum it up. Okay, we're talking to a invention that bothers everybody, including Chinese Americans. My bunch of friends were Chinese Americans. We're eating at a Chinese restaurant, talking about this problem, and it's solved by my African American friends. See how we're close to each other, right? How important that invention is, the creativity is to life, and also we stretch that to cover the whole area, whole concept of being creative. And then this creativity is brought to help the needing people. Can you see the world is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger? All right. All right, that's a good way to sum it up. To my audience, thank you very much for watching this show, and to my friend, and also through you to Luann, I believe you're still there. Thank you very much for having brought this great gentleman to me, and to you, thank you for taking time to come to the show.
Thank you, Jack, for
I
having
wish
me.
we can see you next time.
Thank you. Hope to see you
Oh,
too.
by the way, don't forget, go to www.savealife.saveasoul.com to check about your own copy of the CD. All right?